guys, how's it going? Today we're going to go over how to draw Wonder Woman. That's me sharpening my pencil. The pencil doesn't matter. I'm using a polychromos, but it really doesn't matter what kind of pencil you use. I'm going to draw the Wonder Woman's head, or face, whatever you want to call it. And a million ways to draw her. So I'm going to go over kind of she's going to look like a generic female, but I'm going to put a crown on her. That's kind of the gist. I'm drawing a circle, drawing a center line over here. If you've seen some of my other videos, I'm going to connect the side over here. This is what I do to every single head, pretty much, I draw. This is pretty soft. Hopefully you can see it. If you can't, I'm very sorry. I'm drawing the construction pattern that I'm going to follow to Wonder Woman. Draw over here, straight down. Her neck is going to be skinnier than a man's neck. And their traps are not going to be crazy. It's going to be downward. Kind of a downward slope to her traps, as opposed to a guy. It'd be like kind of more of a convex thing. I'm going to find her... Let's see. I'm going to find her eye line. And her crown is going to be above that. I'm going to try to trace that out a little bit, so I know where things are going to be. Peak of her head will be over here. I'm going to draw this one large shape for the hair. Don't think of it in strands, think of it as large shapes. Draw the bottom of the nose. I mean, like, I'm going to draw, like, you know, I'm finding my placement, basically, is what I'm doing right now. Alright, let's start to go into it and see if it works out. And this is just a broad kind of template, you know. This can change at any moment, but this is kind of just to get you in the ballpark, you know what I mean? So I'm going to start with her left eye. You know, it's a little different drawing women than men, obviously. I tend to slant women's eyes a little bit like this. That's just what I do. Everybody's got their own style to doing it. She always wears this kind of makeup. Her eyelashes are a lot bigger than the man's would be, obviously. I don't like making her look kind of like off where she's looking at. I want her to kind of move her eye a little bit, gives a little bit more character. A little line below it, kind of a cheek. Now I'm gonna align the eyes, even though, you know, she's looking off. Her head is still turned that way. Her eyes are just looking at us. Her eyeball, you know. You still have to make it make sense. I'm going to try not to erase this entire time. I'm already making a couple of mistakes here, but they're salvageable. Like her eyelashes are way too far off that way. But I could salvage that. Evening out her pupils here. Her eyebrow tends to be kind of, I tend to put one dark square and then I trail it off of that. Gotta go down, bridge of her nose. To be accurately, you know, kind of anatomically correct. What is that? down to her mouth, doing down the philtrum, that little kind of like divot right above your mouth in the center. I'm drawing the part of her mouth first to kind of find where it's going to be. Cupid's bow shape. The mouth. Bigger lower lip. Let's see. Alright. Now I'm going to find the side contour of her face. It's going to be... These are so... It's interesting as opposed to the way a woman's contour of her face as opposed to a man's. A man's, you can be pretty harsh, you know, finding it. You'd be like, bam, pretty jaggedy, angular if you want. Woman, it's so subtle. You have to deal with so many subtle curvatures of the side of the face that it's like, it's so easy to mess up. So I'd be very, very, very careful with that. Ease into it. I think I did a decent job. Now I'm gonna find her crown here. Crown kind of goes over right above her eyebrows. Her hair is gonna be over here, kind of over her face there. Her neck's too thick already. Even though Wonder Woman's kind of a big chick, you know, she's kind of she's an Amazonian, right? So she's got to be kind of built. Still gonna make her neck a little more slender than I would think it would be, like if she really existed. I would study the shape of women's hair for kind of where you can simplify the angles of the head. Actually, let me draw the crown in before I do that. I made the crown a little higher than I originally planned. And then, let me find the star on her head. I'm going to trace it really lightly, you know, the way you would draw like a star on paper or something like a kid's paper or something, like when you're in school. But I'm going to darken the sides of it. A lot of it is you're drawing very, very lightly to kind of give yourself the proportions you need. You know what I mean? So that you don't have to draw really dark and then you find out it's really wrong, like it's in the wrong area. So you draw really light till you find where you want to place it, then you dig into it hard, you know? Back of her head. Well, I'm going to take care of her hair first over here. Well, she has a little bit of split ends there. It's not a good thing. Just wanted to show that it was hair. Shoulder over here. You can see that. You cannot. Draw the pit of her neck. Draw the sternocleidomastoid. No, not sternocleidomastoid. Clavicle. Sorry. It's the bone over here. You can feel it on yourself too. The pit of your neck. You know, these two little bones right there, almost touching, but they're not. They kind of touch down here. All right. That's just to indicate it. I'm gonna put a little line. Do not, do not. I normally don't draw the sternocleidomastoid on women because it makes them look too masculine. That's that cord that wraps from the back of your ear all the way down to the pit of your neck. I just kind of indicate it a little bit like that. Anyways, that's it for Wonder Woman. Thanks a lot, guys. Please follow my channel if you can. I'd really appreciate it. If you watched to this point, thank you so much. And I'll see you guys next time. Okay, guys? See ya.